Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform presented by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. Bapuji Saloke Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kolhapur. The learning objective for today's session are number 1, study of different types of measurement of friction power. The different types of measurement of friction power will be studied in today's session, and study of different types of thermodynamic test, that is the quantities required or the quantities that are needed during thermodynamic testing of an engine will be studied during today's session. The different type of measurement of friction power are: number 1, the Morse test; number 2 is motoring test; and number 3 is Williams straight line method. These three types are of measurement of friction power. Friction power is usually given by indicated power minus brake power. From these three types, Morse test is the most important and most successful or easy type of measurement of friction power, which we are going to see in our further part of this session. The first part, Morse test. The Morse test is simple, rapid and fairly accurate method for determining the indicated power of multi-cylinder engine. It can be used to find this indicated power of an multi-cylinder engine. It is not possible to find indicated power for single cylinder. This is the limitation of Morse test. With no more apparatus other than the dynamometer and tachometer, we can calculate or we can complete the Morse test. For multi-cylinder engine, power developed in any cylinder is cut off and output power is measured. The procedure for calculating the indicated power by Morse test will be explained step by step as Morse test. Consider a 4-cylinder spark ignition engine coupled to a dynamometer, and throughout the test the engine is run at a constant speed of n rpm. It is assumed that the pumping and mechanical losses are same whether the cylinder is working or not. Also, the throttle position is kept constant throughout the test. The dynamometer is used for calculating the brake power and tachometer is used for calculating the speed of an engine. This is achieved by short circuiting the spark plug in case of SI engine and cutting off fuel supply in case of CI engine. As I discussed, the Morse test is done for only multi-cylinder engine. In this, the power supplied to a particular engine is cut off by cutting the supply of spark ignition engine, whereas by cutting the supply of fuel in compression ignition engine. In this, it is also assumed that friction losses are same whether the cylinder is working or not. Suppose a SI engine, spark ignition engine, has a 4-cylinder A, B, C, D, then or 1, 2, 3, 4. Then all cylinders are working, or when all cylinders are working, the measure of brake power from the or with the help of dynamometer and speed with the help of tachometer can be calculated. the let B is equal to BP, that is brake power of engine, when all the 4 cylinders are working. Therefore, B1, B2, B3, B4 be the brake power when the respective cylinder is cut off. That is, when first cylinder is cut off, the brake power obtained will be known as B1. When second cylinder is cut off, the brake power obtained will be known as B2. When third cylinder is cut off, the brake power will be known as B3. And when the fourth cylinder is cut off, the brake power will be known as B4. Similarly, it also stands as I1, I2, I3 and I4 for indicated power, and F1, F2, F3 and F4 for friction power. If cylinder 1 is cut from the operation, the speed of engine decreases. In order to restore the original speed, the brake load is reduced. This is done in order to keep the friction power constant with one cylinder cut off. Now only 3 cylinder will develop power, but still all 4 cylinders will consume the friction power. Therefore, we can say that whenever the first cylinder is cut off, practically but theoretically it consumes same friction power as the other all cylinders. The total brake power can be calculated by I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 minus F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F4, where B is equal to, or where I1 is equal to B minus B1. B1 will be calculated when the first cylinder of engine is cut off, and B is the total power when all cylinders are working. From this we can get the value of I1. Similarly, it is B minus B2 for I2, B minus B3 for I3 and B minus B4 for I4. In this way we can calculate the total indicated power, that is I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4, or 4 times brake power minus B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4. After getting the indicated power and the brake power, we can calculate the frictional power. That is, frictional power is equal to indicated power minus brake power. Frictional power is constant, which is supposed to be independent of load and directly proportional to the speed. Therefore, frictional power can be calculated as Fp is equal to Ip minus Bp. In the Morse test, it is very easily obtained the values of brake power and indicated power, and with the help of these values we can calculate the frictional power. The next part is measurement of heat carried by jacket cooling water. In measuring the heat carried away by the jacket cooling water or jacket water, it is necessary to measure the flow rate of jacket cooling water, also the inlet and outlet temperature of water. The rate of water circulated in cylinder jacket is measured by means of water meter fitted to inlet pipe, or by collecting the outflow water in measuring vessel in given time interval. It is directly given by equation is equal to mw into cpw into T2 minus T1. where MW is equal to mass of cylinder jacket cooling water supplied in kg per minute. T1 is initial temperature of jacket cooling water. T2 is outlet temperature of jacket cooling water, and CPW is specific heat of water. The heat carried away is measured in kilojoules per minute. The next point is measurement of heat carried by exhaust gases. The exhaust gas is passed through exhaust gases calorimeter. During this, the inlet temperature of air, atmospheric temperature, and outlet temperature of exhaust gas is measured by thermometer. Mass flow rate of the exhaust gas can be calculated by calculating the following things, that is the mass of exhaust gases. Mass of exhaust gases is nothing but addition of mass flow rate of air plus mass flow rate of fuel, and if it is having air fuel ratio, or if the mixture is having air fuel ratio, it is calculated by the formula. The heat carried away by exhaust gas is calculated by mass flow rate of exhaust gas into specific heat of exhaust gas into rise in temperature of exhaust gas, that is given as ME into CPE into TE minus T room, where ME stands for mass flow rate of exhaust gas, CPE stands for the specific heat of exhaust gas, and TE stands for temperature of exhaust gases, minus T room stands for room temperature. Using this formula, we can calculate the heat carried away by exhaust gases. So this is for today's session. In today's session, we have seen the Morse test that is used to calculate the friction power of an IC engine, or to find the mechanical efficiency of an IC engine. We have also studied the different thermodynamic tests or value which are required while calculating the heat balance sheet, that is the measurement of heat carried by jacket cooling water and measurement of heat carried away by exhaust gases. There are other two measurements that are not discussed and are simple, that are the measurement of fuel consumption and the measurement of air supplied to the IC engine. These 2 points are simple and are needed while calculating the heat balance sheet. Heat balance sheet is the record of the power developed by the engine for particular fuel consumption, and it is used to record, analyze, and improvement of your work output of an engine that we are going to see in our further session. Thank you.